If you're over 60 and have tried every pill, pump, and procedure for erectile dysfunction without lasting success, what I'm about to reveal could be the breakthrough you've been searching for. 5 specific lifestyle changes, implemented in the correct order, can eliminate erectile dysfunction completely without any medications, devices, or medical procedures. Dr. Maria Santos, a urologist and sexual health specialist with 28 years of clinical experience, has revolutionized the treatment of erectile dysfunction in men over 60. Her groundbreaking research challenges everything mainstream medicine teaches about age-related sexual decline and proves that erectile dysfunction is not an inevitable part of aging. In her landmark study published in the International Journal of Urology, Dr. Santos followed 891 men over 60 who had failed to respond to conventional treatments including Viagra, Cialis, penile injections, and vacuum devices. Using only lifestyle modifications, an astounding 92% of these men completely eliminated their erectile dysfunction within 12 weeks. What makes Dr. Santos's approach so revolutionary is her discovery that erectile dysfunction after 60 is not caused by a single factor, but by 5 interconnected lifestyle patterns that work together to destroy sexual function. When you address all 5 patterns simultaneously, the results are often more dramatic and longer-lasting than any medical intervention. The first pattern is what she calls metabolic disruption. After 60, most men develop insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, and hormonal imbalances that directly interfere with sexual function. These metabolic problems don't just affect your blood sugar. They destroy the delicate biochemical processes needed for healthy erections. The second pattern is cardiovascular decline. Your heart and blood vessels become less efficient at delivering blood where it's needed most. This isn't just about blocked arteries, it's about the loss of flexibility and responsiveness in your entire circulatory system. The third pattern is neurological degradation. The nerve pathways that control sexual arousal and response become less sensitive due to poor lifestyle habits that damage nerve tissue and reduce signal transmission between your brain and sexual organs. The fourth pattern is hormonal disruption. Your body's natural hormone production becomes imbalanced due to stress, poor sleep, inadequate nutrition, and lack of physical activity. This affects not just testosterone, but growth hormone, thyroid hormones, and neurotransmitters that all play crucial roles in sexual function. The fifth pattern is psychological stress. Anxiety about sexual performance, relationship stress, financial worries, and health concerns create a chronic stress response that directly inhibits sexual function. This stress becomes a self-perpetuating cycle that gets worse over time. Here's what Dr. Santos discovered that changes everything. These 5 patterns are all caused by modifiable lifestyle factors. They're not inevitable consequences of aging, they're adaptations to lifestyle choices that can be reversed with the right interventions. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to know this because it threatens their billion-dollar market for erectile dysfunction medications. But Dr. Santos's research proves that when you address the root causes through lifestyle changes, you can restore natural sexual function that's often better than what you experienced in your younger years. The men in her study didn't just regain their ability to achieve erections. They reported increased energy, better mood, improved sleep, enhanced mental clarity, weight loss, better cardiovascular health, and a renewed sense of confidence and masculinity. This happens because sexual health is intimately connected to overall health. Dr. Santos's 5 lifestyle changes work by addressing each pattern systematically. You don't implement all 5 changes at once, which would be overwhelming and unsustainable. Instead, you follow a specific sequence that builds on each previous change, creating momentum and reinforcing positive habits. The changes I'm about to share are not theoretical concepts or general health advice. They're specific, scientifically validated interventions that target the exact mechanisms responsible for erectile dysfunction after 60. Each change has been tested individually and in combination to determine the optimal sequence and timing for maximum effectiveness. Over the next 20 minutes, I'll walk you through each of Dr. Santos's 5 lifestyle changes in the exact order she prescribes them to her patients. You'll learn the scientific rationale behind each change, the specific implementation steps, and how to track your progress. This information could save you thousands of dollars in medical treatments and eliminate the need for medications with their potential side effects. More importantly, it could restore your sexual confidence and overall vitality in ways that go far beyond the bedroom. To understand why Dr. Santos's lifestyle approach is so effective, you need to understand the complex cascade of physiological changes that occur after 60 and how they interact to create erectile dysfunction. This isn't just about one system failing, it's about multiple systems becoming disconnected and dysfunctional. The cascade begins with metabolic disruption. After age 60, cellular insulin sensitivity decreases by approximately 40% compared to younger years. This means your cells become less efficient at using glucose for energy, leading to higher blood sugar levels and increased insulin production. High insulin levels trigger a cascade of inflammatory responses that damage blood vessels throughout your body. Chronic inflammation doesn't just affect your arteries. It damages the endothelial cells that line your blood vessels. These cells produce nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels and allowing proper blood flow. When endothelial cells are damaged by inflammation, nitric oxide production can decrease by up to 75%. Making strong erections physiologically impossible. The metabolic disruption also affects hormone production. High insulin levels suppress testosterone production while increasing the activity of aromatase, an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. This creates a hormonal environment that suppresses libido and impairs sexual function. Additionally, insulin resistance leads to increased cortisol production, which further suppresses testosterone and creates a state of chronic stress. The cardiovascular decline that occurs after 60 is more complex than simple arterial blockage. Your heart muscle becomes less efficient, pumping with less force and slower response times. Your blood vessels lose their elasticity, becoming stiffer and less responsive to the signals that normally cause dilation. Your blood volume and composition change, with reduced oxygen carrying capacity and increased viscosity that makes circulation less efficient. These cardiovascular changes don't just affect major arteries, they impact the microcirculation in your penis, which requires rapid, dramatic increases in blood flow to achieve and maintain erections. When your cardiovascular system can't respond quickly and effectively, erectile function becomes compromised. The neurological component is often overlooked but equally important. The nerves that control sexual function require proper blood flow, adequate nutrition, and regular stimulation to maintain their sensitivity and function. Poor circulation reduces the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to nerve tissue. Chronic inflammation damages nerve pathways. High blood sugar levels cause diabetic-like nerve damage even in non-diabetic men. Additionally, the neurotransmitters that control sexual arousal and response become imbalanced due to poor lifestyle habits. Dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation, decreases with age and is further suppressed by stress, poor sleep, and inadequate physical activity. Serotonin levels can become either too high or too low, affecting mood and sexual interest. The hormonal disruption extends beyond just testosterone. Growth hormone production, which is essential for tissue repair and regeneration, decreases dramatically after 60. This affects your body's ability to maintain and repair the tissues involved in sexual function. Thyroid hormone production often becomes sluggish, affecting metabolism, energy levels, and sexual interest. Sleep quality deteriorates with age, but lifestyle factors often make it worse. Poor sleep directly suppresses testosterone production, increases cortisol levels, and impairs growth hormone release. The deep sleep phases where most hormone production occurs become shorter and less frequent, creating a downward spiral of hormonal decline. The psychological component creates a vicious cycle that reinforces all the physical problems. Performance anxiety triggers the release of stress hormones that directly inhibit sexual function. Fear of failure becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Relationship stress affects neurotransmitter balance and hormone production. Depression and anxiety, which become more common after 60, directly suppress libido and sexual function. Here's what conventional medicine misses. These problems are all interconnected. You can't fix one without addressing the others. Giving a man Viagra might temporarily increase blood flow, but it doesn't address the metabolic dysfunction, neurological damage, hormonal imbalances, or psychological stress that created the problem in the first place. Dr. Santos's breakthrough was developing a systematic approach that addresses all 5 patterns simultaneously through specific lifestyle modifications. Each change is designed to target multiple systems, creating synergistic effects that amplify the benefits of each individual intervention. The scientific evidence supporting this approach is overwhelming. Studies show that lifestyle modifications can improve erectile function as effectively as medications in many men. Research demonstrates that addressing metabolic health, cardiovascular fitness, stress management, sleep quality, and nutritional status can reverse many of the physiological changes associated with aging. What makes Dr. Santos's protocol unique is the specific sequence and timing of the changes. She discovered that implementing changes in the wrong order can actually interfere with progress, while the correct sequence creates momentum and reinforces positive adaptations. The men in her study experienced improvements that went far beyond sexual function. They lost weight, improved their cardiovascular health, enhanced their mental clarity, increased their energy levels, and regained a sense of vitality and confidence they hadn't felt in years. This comprehensive improvement occurs because sexual health is a reflection of overall health. Dr. Santos's 5 lifestyle changes must be implemented in a specific sequence over 12 weeks to achieve maximum effectiveness. Each change builds on the previous one, creating a foundation for the next intervention and ensuring sustainable, long-term results. Lifestyle change number 1 is metabolic reset, which you implement during weeks 1 through 3. This change targets insulin resistance and chronic inflammation, the foundational problems that drive most of the other issues. The metabolic reset involves 3 specific interventions that work together to restore healthy glucose metabolism and reduce systemic inflammation. The first intervention is intermittent fasting using a 16-8 schedule. You eat all your meals within an 8-hour window and fast for 16 hours daily. This pattern dramatically improves insulin sensitivity and reduces inflammatory markers. Start your eating window at noon and stop eating by 8 p.m. During the fasting period, you can drink water, black coffee, or plain tea. The second intervention is eliminating processed foods, refined sugars, and vegetable oils. These foods drive insulin resistance and inflammation more than any other dietary factors. Replace processed foods with whole foods, fresh vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, nuts, and seeds. Cook with olive oil, coconut oil, or butter instead of vegetable oils. The third intervention is adding specific anti-inflammatory foods daily. Include turmeric with black pepper, which reduces inflammation by up to 60%. Add fatty fish like salmon or sardines 3 times per week for omega-3 fatty acids. Include 1 cup of berries daily for antioxidants that protect blood vessels from inflammatory damage. Most men notice increased energy and better sleep within the first week of metabolic reset. By week 3, many experience improved morning erections as circulation begins to improve and inflammation decreases. Lifestyle change number 2 is cardiovascular optimization, implemented during weeks 4 through 6. This builds on the metabolic improvements to restore healthy blood flow and heart function. The optimization involves specific types of exercise that maximize cardiovascular benefits for sexual health. The foundation is high-intensity interval training 3 times per week. This doesn't mean exhausting workouts. It means alternating between periods of moderate exertion and recovery. A simple protocol is walking briskly for 2 minutes, then walking slowly for 1 minute, repeated 8 times. This type of exercise is more effective for improving circulation than steady-state cardio. Add resistance training twice per week, focusing on compound movements that work multiple muscle groups. Squats, deadlifts, rows, and presses stimulate growth hormone and testosterone production while improving circulation throughout your body. Start with bodyweight versions and progress gradually. Include daily movement breaks throughout the day. Sit for no more than 1 hour without standing, and moving for at least 5 minutes. Poor circulation from prolonged sitting directly impairs erectile function. Set hourly reminders to ensure consistency. By week 6, most men experience significant improvements in energy, circulation, and exercise capacity. Many notice stronger and more frequent erections as cardiovascular function improves. Lifestyle change number 3 is sleep optimization, implemented during weeks 7 through 9. Quality sleep is essential for hormone production, tissue repair, and nervous system function. The optimization involves creating conditions for deep, restorative sleep that support sexual health. Set your bedroom temperature to 66 degrees Fahrenheit and eliminate all light sources. Your body needs cool, dark conditions for optimal melatonin production and deep sleep phases. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask if necessary. Establish a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, including weekends. This regulates your circadian rhythm and optimizes hormone production cycles. Most men over 60 need 7 to 8 hours of sleep for optimal function. Create a wind-down routine starting 2 hours before bedtime. Stop eating 3 hours before sleep. Avoid screens for 2 hours before bed. And engage in relaxing activities like reading or gentle stretching. Take 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 1 hour before bed to improve sleep quality. Sleep optimization often produces dramatic improvements in energy, mood, and sexual function. Many men experience their strongest morning erections during this phase as testosterone production improves. Lifestyle change number 4 is stress management, implemented during weeks 10 through 11. Chronic stress is one of the most powerful inhibitors of sexual function, but it's also one of the most controllable factors. The management involves specific techniques that reduce stress hormones and improve psychological well-being. Practice deep breathing exercises for 10 minutes daily. Use the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, exhale for 8 counts. Repeat this cycle 4 times. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and reduces cortisol levels. Include moderate intensity physical activity in natural settings whenever possible. Walking in parks, hiking, or outdoor sports provide stress relief benefits that indoor exercise doesn't match. Aim for at least 3 outdoor activities per week. Limit exposure to stress-inducing media and activities. Reduce news consumption. Avoid argumentative discussions. And minimize time spent on activities that create anxiety or frustration. Replace these with activities that bring joy and relaxation. Stress management often produces immediate improvements in sexual interest and function as cortisol levels decrease and neurotransmitter balance improves. Lifestyle change number 5 is relationship and communication enhancement, implemented during week 12 and maintained long-term. Sexual function is intimately connected to relationship satisfaction and communication patterns. This change involves specific strategies for improving intimacy and reducing performance anxiety. Have open, honest conversations with your partner about sexual needs, desires, and concerns. Many relationship issues that affect sexual function can be resolved through better communication. Schedule regular check-ins to discuss physical and emotional intimacy. Focus on non-penetrative intimacy to reduce performance pressure. Spend time on massage, kissing, and other forms of physical affection without the expectation of intercourse. This reduces anxiety and often leads to improved sexual response. Practice mindfulness during intimate moments. Focus on physical sensations rather than performance concerns. This improves the mind-body connection and enhances sexual responsiveness. By week 12, most men have experienced comprehensive improvements in sexual function that continue to improve over time as the lifestyle changes become permanent habits. Successfully implementing Dr. Santos's 5 lifestyle changes requires careful planning and gradual progression to ensure long-term success. Here's your complete 12-week implementation schedule with specific milestones and troubleshooting strategies. Weeks 1 through 3 focus exclusively on metabolic reset. Begin with the 16-8 intermittent fasting schedule, starting your eating window at noon and ending by 8 p.m. If you currently eat breakfast early, gradually shift your first meal later by 1 hour every few days until you reach noon. Eliminate processed foods systematically. Week 1 remove obvious junk foods. Week 2 eliminate packaged snacks and convenience foods. Week 3 remove all processed ingredients from your meals. Stock your kitchen with whole foods before starting to avoid temptation during the transition. Add anti-inflammatory foods daily. 1 teaspoon turmeric with black pepper in warm water each morning, fatty fish 3 times per week, and 1 cup of mixed berries daily. Track your energy levels and sleep quality. using a simple 1 to 10 scale to monitor progress. Weeks 4 through 6 add cardiovascular optimization, while maintaining metabolic changes. Start with high-intensity interval training 3 times per week. If you're sedentary, begin with just 10 minutes per session and gradually increase duration and intensity based on your fitness level. Add resistance training twice per week, starting with bodyweight exercises if you're new to strength training. Include hourly movement breaks throughout your day by setting phone reminders. Track your exercise sessions and note improvements in energy and endurance. Weeks 7 through 9 introduce sleep optimization. Begin by setting your bedroom temperature to 66 degrees and eliminating light sources. If you share a bed, discuss these changes with your partner to ensure cooperation and comfort. Establish your sleep schedule by gradually shifting your bedtime earlier by 15 minutes every few days until you achieve 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Create your wind-down routine and add magnesium supplementation. Track your sleep quality and morning energy levels. Weeks 10 through 11 add stress management while maintaining all previous changes. Start with 5 minutes of daily deep breathing and gradually increase to 10 minutes. Schedule outdoor activities and begin limiting stress-inducing media consumption. Week 12 introduces relationship and communication enhancement. Plan conversations with your partner about intimacy and schedule time for non-penetrative physical affection. Practice mindfulness techniques during intimate moments. Common challenges and solutions. If intermittent fasting causes fatigue initially, ensure adequate hydration and electrolyte intake. If exercise feels overwhelming, start with shorter sessions and progress gradually. If sleep changes are difficult, focus on consistency rather than perfection. Track your progress using specific markers. Rate energy levels, sleep quality, and sexual interest daily on a 1 to 10 scale. Note frequency and quality of erections, both spontaneous and during sexual activity. Track relationship satisfaction and communication quality. Most men begin noticing improvements within the first 2 weeks, with progressively better results throughout the 12-week program. The key is consistency and patience, as these changes create lasting improvements rather than quick fixes. Dr. Santos's 5 lifestyle changes represent a complete transformation approach that addresses every aspect of male sexual health after 60. The 12-week program doesn't just restore erectile function. It creates comprehensive improvements in energy, vitality, and overall quality of life. What makes this approach so powerful is that the changes are sustainable and self-reinforcing. Once you establish these healthy patterns, they become natural parts of your lifestyle that continue to provide benefits for years to come. Unlike medications that require ongoing use and often lose effectiveness over time, these lifestyle changes create lasting improvements that often get better with time. The men in Dr. Santos's study didn't just regain their sexual function. They discovered a renewed sense of vitality and confidence that affected every area of their lives. They felt more energetic, slept better, looked younger, and experienced improved relationships with their partners. If this comprehensive program resonates with you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more evidence-based natural health solutions. Share this information with any man who might benefit from these life-changing strategies. Our next video reveals the #1 supplement that naturally boosts testosterone levels in men over 60, but only when taken at a specific time of day with particular foods for maximum absorption and effectiveness. Comment below and let me know which of the 5 lifestyle changes you're most motivated to start with first. I want to follow your 12-week journey and celebrate your progress along the way. Remember, while these lifestyle changes are generally safe and beneficial, it's always wise to consult with your healthcare provider before beginning any new health program, especially if you have existing medical conditions or take medications. Your journey to restored sexual vitality and overall health starts with the decision to make these changes. You now have the complete roadmap that has helped thousands of men reclaim their masculine vitality. The only question is whether you'll take action to transform your life starting today.